What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I want to go over 5 reasons on why I think the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is the perfect travel camera for 2025. I was recently in San Francisco and I brought my Osmo Pocket 3 with me, and I was blown away with the results I was able to get. As usual, this camera does such a great job, and I can't wait to take it on a couple more trips with me in 2025. I honestly think this camera is the perfect partner for you if you're looking to capture your trips in 2025. Okay, so the first reason is this camera is pocketable. Yes, it's in the name, the Osmo Pocket 3, but I love how small this camera is. As I said, I was in San Francisco, and if you've been to the Bay Area in the summertime, it's generally a little bit cooler. It was in the 60s, and so I was carrying around a light jacket with me, and I was able to put this camera in my jacket, and then my camera was always by my side. So if I was out sightseeing at the Golden Gate Bridge, I could just simply pull it out and begin shooting with this camera. Or if I'm inside a bakery, or if I want to capture something that's close by, I don't have to worry about carrying any additional bags with me, because I know I can just put my Osmo Pocket 3 in my pocket and grab it, and it's real easy to just take out and begin shooting. This camera with 128 gigs, I'm able to shoot most of the trip, if not all 3-4 days that I am away, and I don't have to worry about my phone getting filled up with storage. And because it fits right in my pocket next to my phone, it's just as easy to grab out and begin filming. Okay, so my second reason is the built-in gimbal. I love having a camera that has a built-in gimbal because I know my footage is going to be super smooth that I am capturing. Normally in the past, if you wanted to get the same gimbal-like footage, you would have had to carry a giant gimbal with you on a mirrorless or DSLR camera, and that is not the case anymore with the Osmo Pocket 3. This gimbal works excellent, and I've tested it out in many different situations, whether it's low light, morning, or golden hour. This camera and this gimbal does such a great job, and you're also not relying on digital stabilization as if you were in a GoPro. Now, don't get me wrong, some digital stabilization is great, but the problem with digital stabilization is once you get into low light, the quality really starts to degrade and you start getting micro jitters in your footage from the digital stabilization. And you don't have any micro jitters on this camera. If I'm shooting in low light or at golden hour where the lighting is starting to get a little bit dimmer, I don't have to worry about it on my Osmo Pocket 3 because it does have that built-in gimbal. It is super strong, and all my footage looks extremely steady, especially if you are shooting in slow motion, which if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm a big fan of. So you really can't go wrong on the gimbal of the Osmo Pocket 3 here. You see it is super small and it's really easy to start using, and I just love the footage I do get when I am using the gimbal on this camera. It is a great setup, especially when you're out there traveling. Now, my third reason is this camera does have a large 1-inch sensor built into it. So if you're shooting out in low light, you're not going to get grainy footage. The footage is going to look really great coming off of this camera, especially if you're shooting in D-Log and then grading it in post afterwards. And I do have a LUT back coming out. So if you're not familiar with color grading that D-Log on the Osmo Pocket 3, you can look for that in a future video. And if it is out already and you're watching this video, I will link it in the description below. So go ahead, check out my LUTs, and your footage is always going to look great coming off of this camera, especially if you're shooting in low light or if you want to get a little separation. So if you are out there vlogging with your camera, you know, I can put on active track, and now I know the camera is focused on me and I can be out there vlogging with my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And because it does have that 1-inch sensor, you are getting a little bit of a separation between you and the background. And I think this look is very professional. And when I do vlog with this camera, or if I'm just out there grabbing clips of myself walking around the city, I really like having that additional bokeh in my footage, because I think that's what's separating the Osmo Pocket 3 between this and using a phone or an action camera. It looks a lot more cinematic in my opinion, and I think it allows you to capture some great content when using this little camera. The fourth reason is the audio that comes off the Osmo Pocket 3 is excellent in my opinion, even if you don't have the DJI Mic 2. However, I do recommend using the DJI Mic 2 because this just takes your audio to the next level. It's a real mic, and the audio you're capturing sounds great. For instance, I'll turn this on right now. And I'll switch from my tactical mic to the DJI Mic 2 right here, and you could hear the sound quality, and the sound quality sounds just as good as my professional lav mic that I am using, but it also syncs perfectly with the Osmo Pocket 3 if you get the creator combo kit, which I do recommend because this mic is excellent and it's going to make all your vlogging footage just that much better. In my opinion, audio is so important to the video and the final product because it's much easier for someone to watch a video if the audio is much more crisp than if the quality of the video isn't the greatest. So in my opinion, audio is the most important thing when creating vlogs out and about when you're traveling. And like I said, this DJI Mic 2 here connects seamlessly to the Osmo Pocket 3. And as soon as you turn this on, it does connect. And I know the audio quality that I am capturing is going to be excellent. And my viewers are really going to appreciate that. And it's also super easy to carry, right? Like this is light. I could put it in my pocket. I could put it in my backpack. And I know I might have a little mic with me. It's also super easy to clip on. You just clip it onto your shirt like this, and now I have a mic and I can walk and talk with my Osmo Pocket 3. But also it has a little magnet on it, right? So I can also take off this magnet and then I could run the magnet up my shirt and I can connect it that way. And now I know my mic is safely connected on my t-shirt and I don't have to worry about it falling off. And I know I'm going to be able to capture some excellent audio while I'm out traveling and recording my vlogs. Okay, so now we're getting to my fifth and last tip, and that is the workflow of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. The workflow of using this camera is so simple, right? It has multiple ways to transfer your footage to your computer, iPad, or even your iPhone. And I actually created a video on how to transfer your files from your Osmo Pocket 3. So if you are interested in that, you can check out that link here, or maybe it's over there. Anyways, it's a great video and I know a lot of people have gotten a lot of helpful tips from it, so please check it out. But the workflow is super easy, right? Like I could take this footage, I could send it to the DJI Mimo app on my iPhone, and now I could download that clip and I could put it up on my Instagram stories right away, and I know the footage is going to look great. But what I really love is I could take all this footage at the end of my trip and I could bring it into Premiere Pro and I could start editing together some reels that I am really proud of putting out there. And I know the footage is going to be excellent, and I love this workflow because it is so easy. I just take a USB-C cable, plug in my camera, copy over my footage, and I can begin editing it. And I honestly think that's the reason I use the Osmo Pocket 3 so much, is because the ease of use. You know, it's very beginner friendly, and you're going to be able to simply integrate this camera into your workflow and have no issues. Awesome, well that'll do it for today, guys. Those are 5 reasons why I think the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is the perfect travel camera. Like I said, I've taken this on so many trips and I'm always blown away by the results that I am able to capture. In my opinion, it looks super professional and I use it all the time for my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and all my other social media accounts. If you aren't already, please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'll leave my handles up there. I post a lot of reels, and a lot of my reels are shot with the Osmo Pocket 3, so you can check out some test footage there. If you have any questions about the Osmo Pocket 3 or just traveling in general, I would love to hear them, and I try to respond to all my questions in my comment section below, so please comment and ask those questions away. Please like and subscribe to my channel because you know it helps my channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.